Guys, it is Mike from Baltimore Rides here. I am wrapping up my night. It is Wednesday the 27th, but it's already the wee hours of Thursday morning, but I am done. Very kind of anticlimactic night tonight. I would say, kind of chill or mellow. I was in DC the whole night. I finished the night with just about $160. A little bit more than that, but just not really impressed with the night. It was, last night was better. It was more active last night, and I think the main reason why I did 200 last night and only 160 tonight is I didn't really get any longer trips this evening. Pretty much everything I got was single digits, $8, $7, or less. And last night I had a couple, not too many, but a couple longer trips that sort of padded my bill a little bit and were able to, to get my average up. Because if you have a couple really good long trips, $15, $20, $25 trips in there, it can really make your night. It can just kind of give you that leg up you need to have a good night. And I didn't really get any of them this evening. I worked Reagan most of the afternoon. Reagan was very busy, very, very consistent rides, but, all short stuff, really. And I did some Uber rides out of Reagan. I did some Lyft rides out of Reagan. It was really a good mix of everything tonight. About $50 with Lyft and about $110 or so with Uber. So, it was a good, steady 1/3, 2/3 mix. I actually like that. I'm beginning to, Lyft is kind of growing on me a little bit at a time. There's certainly not enough business to just use Lyft. I don't know how the guys do it that don't drive Uber also. I really don't, because even in DC, where DC is a very active city, there's just not, excuse me, I got the hiccups. There's just not enough rides with Lyft to really be busy back to back. And to me, that's the secret to success. The guys that work the airport, they're fishing for that $45, $50 fare. And if you get one, great. I mean, I remember getting a handful of them when I worked the airport, consistently. And they're great nights when you get them, but they're far and few between. And there's no predictability to it. There's no guarantee you're going to get one. And that's the frustrating part. Whereas, if I work the city, now even just Reagan plus DC or, Reagan, Arlington, DC, whatever, I know I'm going to do 20 plus trips. And if I can average, $7 to $8 a trip, I can have $150 to $180 night. And if I do more than 20 trips and then my average is good, I can have a 200 plus night. So, that's really the math behind it, is number of trips times your average. And if you have a really crappy average, you need a lot of trips. If you have a couple big fat trips in there to kind of pump up your average, then you can have a really good night. So, it's a math game, guys. If you haven't figured that out now, it's just a math game. And a lot of people, well, I'll say this. I butt heads with a lot of people when we talk about finances and Uber and Lyft, because there's the hourly wage people that like to say, okay, well, how much are you making per hour? Or, and the hourly wage equation, guys, it sucks. This is not an hourly wage job. If you want to make $20 an hour steady, you can. I mean, if I do a 10-hour night and I make $200, there you go. There's $20 an hour. Some nights I'm going to do even less than that, and I'm going to have a crappy hourly wage. Some nights I'm going to have a $250, $300 night, and have a great night. You add Quest into your week, and all of a sudden your hourly wage really pumps up. But I don't want to look at it as an hourly wage job. I really don't. I don't think that model works for what we're doing, because not every hour is $20 or $30 or whatever your number. And you can't really equate it to that. It's more about setting goals, This is how many trips I want to do. This is how much money I want to make tonight. And then I'm going to work as many hours as it takes to get there. Last night I had my $200 in by 12:15, 12 o'clock, midnight. Whereas tonight it's 1:15 and I'm not even at 200. So now I'm calling it quits because I've got to be somewhere tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I want to get home. I want to get a good night's sleep. And so I've got to do the right thing there. But, sometimes those are just the laws of unpredictability. You can't guarantee anything in this kind of an industry. And, look at last week. Christmas week leading up to Christmas was very, very slow. This week is starting off very good. And I think it's only going to get better as we get closer to New Year's. So, excuse me. So, I don't like the hourly wage analogy. If anybody asks you, don't even try and explain it via hourly wage. Just say, look, it's more like the fishing industry. If you ever watched Deadliest Catch over the past 15 years that it was on TV, it's kind of like that. They go out on the boat, they stay out on the ocean until they get what they need to get, and then they go home. We do that in a very smaller format. We go out at night. If we want to make $100, we work 4 to 6 hours. If we want to make $200, we work 10 to 12 hours. Some nights are better, some nights are worse. And that's the beauty and the frustration of this game. 6 months ago ish, maybe even 4 months ago, I was staying out till 3, 4 in the morning to get $200. Now I'm staying out till 1 in the morning to do it. Now, is that an improvement? Yeah, it's a little improvement, but it's still an improvement. It means my efficiency is better. It means I'm more consistent, or I'm more productive or efficient with my time, because that's really the name of the game here, is time versus productivity or goal. So, it's math. It's kind of a mathy conversation night, and I apologize for that, but it's worth doing because, look at it this way. I didn't work Sunday and I didn't work Monday. So starting off, I've got Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm now at 350-ish for the week. Something like that. Yeah, 355, 360, something like that. So let's call it 360 for the week. But, my goal is obviously I want to be above $1,000. I'd really like to get back to having my $1,100, $1,200 weeks. So if that's the case, then I need to really perform, and I need to do it, I need to do $200 a night. If I can do $200 a night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday times 6, there's my $1,200 right there. If I can't, then I'm going to fall short. And that's $1,200 is my magic number, guys. My car lease is $120 a week, and then I roughly put about $120 in gas in my car a week. So that's $240 right there. If I take that out, that leaves me with about $900 to $1,000 left over after the kind of, call it, vehicle expenses. And that's the number that I'm looking for. The first of the month is rent for me, so obviously on that particular week, I want to have a strong week. And with there being no Quest this week so far, that really is a determiner. So, and that's the other reason why I'm in DC, guys, just in case you didn't figure that out. Because I've had a couple weeks now where I was driving in Maryland, North Baltimore, Maryland, predominantly, just because the seasonality, the weather, what was going on with the Nutcracker and my daughter's dance, and just kind of all the stuff outside of work that was keeping me closer to home. Uber has kind of dropped me out of the Quest queue, and I'm not getting Quest Monday through Thursday right now. Now, I don't know if nobody's getting them or if I'm not getting them, but I want to prime the pump and kind of remind Uber that I'm driving in DC so that I can get a weekend Quest, because I'm hoping they throw one out there. If they don't throw one out there for anybody, then I feel okay, because at least it's a level playing field. But if I'm the only one not qualifying for Quest, maybe because of my recent weeks not driving in DC, well, then that's what this whole endeavor is. It's to fix that and to remind Uber's computer that I'm a DC driver. So, you know, if I can do 15 to 20 trips a night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then that might remind them that, hey, he's a DC driver, he needs a DC Quest. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. I don't know how that system calculates. So it's a crapshoot. But, you know, that's really about it, guys. Not a lot to talk about tonight. Just not a lot to talk about specifically. So I will be back on the road tomorrow. Probably a little bit of a later start because I've got to take my mom to the doctor, and then after that, you know, we'll see what happens. So I will see you guys on the road tomorrow. Everybody, wish you guys luck. You know, if you're new out there and you're just getting started and you haven't touched base with me and you want to shoot me a text or say hi, please do. Ken is in Virginia, and I know him and I have not touched base recently. It's been a lot going on with my mom staying with us temporarily, and just kind of what's been going on in my crazy lifestyle. I don't, you know, I just don't. I don't. I'm not good at the whole social thing. I'm not gonna lie. I try, but I'm just not. It's not because I'm like a millennial or anything. I mean, I'm 40 years old, but you know, when you're driving Uber and you're on the clock, I don't really like to talk on the phone because sometimes I might have passengers in the car or whatever the case may be. And with Sprint, if I've got a phone conversation going, my data is minimized. It's still running, but it's not great. And sometimes I get signal interference. So I'll either have a choppy phone signal or I'll lose data. So I don't like doing that either. So I want to be doing one or the other. I don't really like to flip-flop. I want to either be on the phone and be offline, or be online and not be on the phone. So text works really well for me in that regard because I can kind of answer it when I'm at a stoplight, or if I don't have anything going on, or I can, you know, if I'm stopped and getting a break. So I'm way better at texting guys than I am at talking on the phone, and I know that that's kind of weird, but it's just because of the complications of being an Uber driver. So, you know, that's that. But there's a lot of you guys out there and ladies that I try and keep in touch with you guys, and I suck at it, I really do. So if I haven't touched base with you in a while, I apologize. And it's not that I don't care about you guys, or it's not that I don't want to know that everybody's doing okay. It's just that it's been a crazy 6-8 weeks in Mike's household. It really, really has. And so, you know, I am not the greatest at filling in the blanks and details in good, under good circumstances. And with everything that's kind of been going on with my daughter, and then the holidays, and then my mom's craziness that I'm trying to deal with her, you know, just a lot going on. And I'm a distracted kind of guy, so I apologize. But New Year's is coming. It's going to be one of the many things that I try and put on my my list of things to do better is, you know, working on my ability to keep in touch with people and, you know, connections and that kind of stuff. So it's on my list. It's definitely on my list of things to get better at, guys. But I'm going to let you guys go because I'm running low on brain juice right now. I'm a little mushy. And I'll see you guys on the road tomorrow. So everybody have a great night. I don't know why that was blurry for a second there. But everybody have a great night. Thank you guys for sticking with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.